2x plus 3x gave her 5x. 5 plus 75 plus 10 gave 90. Subtracted 90 from both sides, divided by 5 to get x equals 18. Awesome, awesome, awesome. All right, someone different. Tell me how to find my angles now. So we have x equals 18. How do I find my angles? How do I figure out what this angle is, Mia? Perfect. So I'm going to plug in 18 for x. So 2 times 18 plus 5 is 41. And then over here, Trip, how do I do this one?
You replace 18 with x. 3 times 18 plus 75. I don't know what that would be.
I don't either.
18 times 3.
What is it? 129. Awesome. So perfect. These are all my degrees. 10 degrees, 41 degrees, 129 degrees. Good job, class. Like, OMG. Good. All right, good things, good things. Someone tell me about your outfit, what it is. Introduce yourself. Carolina.
So today, and my good thing is that I'm getting an iPhone 8 next week.
You getting what?
An iPhone 8.
Oh, okay. What you have right now?
Transversal.
Oh, so you gonna be on the iPhone game. All right. Awesome. Who's your Pooh Bear?
Wait, what?
So are you like dressing up with anybody?
Oh, yeah.
Who are you dressing up with?
Pooh Bear.
Who's Pooh Bear?
Oh, my friend.
Okay. Hey, awesome. Alara.
I'm dressed up as the Big Stitch, and we might go to me, Mia, and Holly might go to.
Oh, fine. I don't think you ever told me about that. You said that you have to like make an appointment beforehand or something like that. Fine. Well, I hope y'all have a good time. Come on, Carlos.
Well, I was supposed to be a banana, but I found this.
It was just in your closet randomly?
Yeah.
Wow. I wish I had a dinosaur outfit in my closet randomly. Were you the dinosaur last year?
No.
No? I know with Miss Weekman was, but then somebody else was too, but I don't know who the other person was. Fun. Any other good things? Trip?
I have a great ball tournament tomorrow. I'm excited about that. It's Halloween. It's Friday.
It's Friday. Tomorrow's Halloween. Anyone going trick-or-treating? Okay. I don't remember what age I stopped trick-or-treating. I think when I was y'all's age, we just hung out at friends' houses and stuff on Halloween. Can't remember. Such a long time ago. Who knows? Awesome. Well, I hope everyone has a good weekend. Anyone on Zoom have a good thing? Anyone on Zoom dressed up, have an outfit on? I said, nah, we still in bed, chilling. All right, guys. So I'm not gonna lie, today's a lot on your brain. Not gonna lie. We ready? Mia, Larry, y'all ready? Y'all talking so much? All right, let's do this. So I gave y'all the presentation for the people in class. If you're not, it doesn't matter. You can just draw it out, everything that we're doing. So today we're talking about parallel lines. It's too early, LOL. We're talking about parallel lines. But first, let's get some vocabulary. This slide I did not give you. What does the word congruent mean? Same, equal, same, equal. If you don't know that, write it down. Same, equal, congruent. So this says something is congruent, same, equal, equivalent. I can't think of any other words. It is imperative that we know what that means. Important to know that means. So congruent means same, equal, equivalent. What does supplementary mean?
Not the same?
Okay, not the same, or it could be the same. What does supplementary mean? I think Miss Weekman taught you this to kind of help you memorize it. No, not coming back to anybody? What?
Oh, I think I know.
We did talk about it last class.
Yeah.
So it should be on, if you have the slides from last class, it should be on one of the slides.
I don't have it. It means it equals to 180.
Perfect. It's where my angles add up to equal 180. So where two angles add up, I'm just saying angle A and angle B add up to 180. So that's where my angles, they sum to 180 together. So they add up to get you 180. These are the two definitions you need today. They're imperative to know. Congruent is same. Supplementary adds to get 180. So write that somewhere on your paper. All right. You ready, guys? This is how we can count down how much we have. We have 5 vocabulary words to learn. 5. Okay? So that's a lot, but we're going to do it. All right. Parallel lines. What does parallel mean?
Not touching.
Yep, not touching. And then, so they're like, they never touch, and they're like perfectly at the same slope. So parallel lines would have the same slope and they never touch. So you have this slide. So if I have 2 parallel lines, I want you to draw a line like this through them. Like a diagonal line through them. We're going to name this top parallel line A and this bottom parallel line B. This line that we're drawing through it, we're going to call it T. This is called the transversal. And now we're going to number our angles. So I'm going to say this is angle 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So when I have 2 parallel lines and I draw a transversal line through them, it will produce 8 angles. What we're talking about today is how those 8 angles relate to each other. Now, here's my question. Does everyone agree that where my pin is right now, this is the top of line A? Yeah, do you agree? I'm on top of line A with my pin? Yes. So this is the top of line A. And that this is the bottom of line A? Okay, we agree? Okay. And that this would be yep, top of line B and the bottom of line B. Sorry, I got distracted. And the bottom of line B. Would y'all agree that this space right here is inside or the interior of lines A and B? So this is the interior because this is the inside of lines A and B. I'm gonna use a different color. So this is the interior. So that means this would be the what? Outside, so the exterior. So this would represent the exterior. Okay, so we need all this information to be successful today. Any of these you not understand? Interior is the inside of the parallel lines. Exterior is the outside of the parallel lines. These are the tops of lines A and B. These are the bottoms of line A and B. All right, take a deep breath. We're about to go in. We're about to do this. All right. So That T word, you don't have to write this down, but that T is called a transversal. This is the line that intersects two lines that are in the same plane. So this is just a very technical definition. What we're looking at today is how the angles relate to each other. So there's 5 different angle types, and we're going to talk about each vocabulary word and which angles fit those vocabulary words, okay? So let's start with the first one, corresponding angles. Corresponding angles, okay? We're trying to figure out which angles go with this definition. So as I read the definition, try to figure out which angles you think go with it. If you have different colors, I would use that today because you're going to do like multiple things on each little slide. So corresponding angles are angles that lie on the same side of the transversal. So that means they're either both on the left side of the transversal, that T line, or they're both on the right of the T line.
So 1, 3, 5, 2.
Okay. And then it has to also fit this definition. And they lie on the same side of lines A and B. So hold on before you say it out loud. So they have to fit both of these. They lie on the same side of the transversal, so either both on the left or both on the right. And they lie on the same side of lines A and B. So either both on top or both on bottom. So just think about the 2 definitions and think which numbers you would pair together based on this definition. So they're on the same side of the transversal and on the same side of lines A and B. Anyone want to go for it? Which numbers do they think fit this definition? Trip?
1 and 5.
Perfect. Okay. So I'm going to start with 1 and 5. 1 and 5 are a pair of corresponding angles because they're both on the left side of this transversal and they're both on top of their lines. So one's on top of A, B's on top of, 5 is on top of B. And they're both to the left of T. So 1 and 5, so angle 1 and angle 5 are one pair. Okay, someone different, give me another pair that they think fits this definition. Emily? Perfect, 4 and 8. 4 and 8 are both on the right side of the transversal and on the bottom of lines A and B. So angle 4 and angle 8. All right, someone different, give me another one. What's another pair of corresponding angles? If you're on Zoom, you can also, oh, go ahead.
3 and 7.
3 and 7. 3 and 7 are both to the left of the transversal and on the bottom of line A and B. So angle 3 and angle 7. So that would leave me with which one? 2 and 6. 2 and 6 are both to the right of the transversal and on top of lines A and B. All right, if you don't understand, speak up. So angles 2 and angle 6 are a pair of corresponding angles. Angle 3 and angle 7 are a pair of corresponding angles. Angle 4 and angle 8 are corresponding angles. And angles 1 and angles 5. If you do not have a different colors, then what I would suggest that you do is like, okay, make triangles, squares, circles, stars, whatever to show yourself that they're different. So angle 1 and angle 5. What you need to know about these angles is that they are all, so I need you to write this huge, they are congruent. 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 They are congruent, means they're the same. So if angle 2 was 110 degrees, what other angle do I know is also 110 degrees? 6. Because these are corresponding angles, and corresponding angles are congruent. So if I knew that 5 was 70 degrees, which other one do I also know is 70 degrees? 1. Because these are corresponding angles and they are congruent. Okay, asking questions. This is kind of confusing, so if you don't get it, I understand. Are we good? We understand? Okay, moving on to the next one then. The next one is alternate interior angles. Alternate interior angles. So let's see if we can figure out which ones go with this definition. They are non-adjacent angles, meaning they're not next to each other, that lie on opposite sides of the transversal. So that means one's on the left and one's on the right, but they're non-adjacent. They're not next to each other. And they lie between lines A and B. So they're in the interior. So they're on opposite sides of the transversal and they're in the interior and they're not next to each other, non-adjacent. Someone new, give me what they think it is. Juan Carlos?
I think
3 and 6, perfect. Angle 3 and angle 6 are on opposite sides of the transversal. They're non-adjacent and they're in the interior. Interior. So angles 3 and angle 6. Which other one? 4 and 5. Perfect. Angles 4 and angles 5. They are on the opposite side of the transversal and they're in the interior. So what I need you to know about these angles is that they are congruent. Congruent. They are congruent. Congruent. Write that nice and big on that side. They are congruent. Meaning they are the same. They are the same. So if angle 4 was 65 degrees, which other angle is 65 degrees? 5. Because these are alternate interior angles and they are congruent. Here's a quick question. What do you notice 65 and 3 make together? What are 3 and 4 making together?
180.
A 180 degree. Look, that's making a straight line together. So I could easily figure out 3 by just subtracting 65 from 180. So 3 is at 115 degrees. So which other one is also 115 degrees? 6. So I'm just telling you, like, your brain's going to be on overload today. We're learning a lot of definitions. 2 down, 3 to go. So we're going pretty fast. 2 down, 3 to go. Any questions about alternate interior angles? The way that I memorize what are alternate interior angles, it tells me in the way the word. Alternate means on opposites, interior in the inside, okay? All right, next one is alternate exterior angles. Alternate exterior angles. Same definition, except we're talking about exterior. So they lie on opposite sides of the transversal. And write this in, I forgot to write it in. They are non-adjacent as well. Non-adjacent. So they're not next to each other. So they lie on opposite sides of the transversal. They're non-adjacent and they lie outside lines A and B. They're in the exterior. Exterior. All right, someone I haven't heard from. Which ones do you think it goes with? Which one do you think fits the definition? Someone I haven't heard from.
1 and 2.
Close, but 1 and 2 are adjacent. They're right next to each other. So they can't be, that can't be it. They have to be non-adjacent. Carolina? Perfect. 2 and 7. 2 and 7. They're on opposite sides of the transversal. One's that's on the right, that one's on the left, and they're both in the exterior. So 2 and 7. Alara, what would be the other one? 1 and 8. Awesome. 1 and 8. What you need to know about these angles is that they're congruent. They are congruent. They are the same. So if angle 1 is 20 degrees, which other angle is 20 degrees? 8. And what are 1 and 2 making together? 180. So what is 2? So that means 7 is also 160. All righty. 3 down, 2 to go. Woohoo! Any questions on this one? All right. Next one is same side interior. That should say interior, not inner or whatever that says. Interior angles. Interior angles. These angles lie on the same side of the transversal. So they're either both on the left or both on the right. And they're in the interior. They're between lines A and B. Emily? Close, but they have to be on the same side of the transversal. Same side of the transversal. 5 and 3, good. So 5 and 3 are both on the left side of the transversal, and they're in the interior. Interior. So what's my other pair, Esther? 4 and 6. So these are on the same side of the transversal, and they're in the interior. Same side, interior angle. So it says what it is inside the definition. What you need to know about these angles is that they're they are supplementary.
Oh.
Yeah. Supplementary. These are the only ones. Only ones. These are supplementary. And if you look, you can notice this angle is acute, this angle is obtuse. They're not the same. They add together to get you 180. So if 4 is 30 degrees, how can I find 6? 180 minus 30, so that would be 150. So this one's 150 degrees. And really, based on the fact that we've already done the other definitions, if 6 is 150, I know that 3 is also 150 because those are alternate interior angles. So I know that this one's 150, meaning this one has to be 30 as well. All right, 4 down, 1 more to go. Last one is vertical angles. Vertical angles. Vertical angles are formed when 2 lines intersect. I don't think the definition makes sense, but vertical angles are like basically they're I don't know how to explain it very well.
Those are all
Yes. So they're like, so these 2 lines, when they intersect, they make 4 angles, right? The angles that are opposite of each other are vertical angles. So angle 2 and angle 3 would be vertical angles. I'll find a definition and tell y'all later. Angles 2 and angle 3 would be vertical angles. Angles 1 and angle 4 would be vertical angles. Good, perfect. 6 and 7 would be vertical angles. Yep, and then 5 and 8. Why do I keep putting an equal sign? No. And what you need to know about these angles is that they are congruent. They are congruent. So basically your goal is, if I only gave you 1 angle in this whole thing, you should be able to figure out all 8 angles based on all the definitions. So let's do that. If I told you angle 2 was, let's say, 95 degrees, which other one do I know is 95 degrees? Based on vertical angle? 3. Now, based on other definitions, if 2 is 95, what else is 95? So tell me the next number and which definition goes with it. What type of angle?
6.
All right, so 6. So what kind of angles are 2 and 6?
They're corresponding.
Perfect, they're corresponding angles. So I also know that that one's 95 degrees. Okay, what else can I figure out from just knowing 2 is 95?
2 and 7.
Perfect, 2 and 7 are alternate exterior angles. So this one would also be 95. Okay, what are 4 and 6 called together? Same side interior angle. So if this is 95, how do I figure out 4?
You need the 180.
180 minus 95, because these are supplementary. So this one would be 85 degrees. So based on what you're looking at, do you think I can make all the other ones 85 degrees as well? What about 1? Would 1 be 85? Yep, there's a vertical angle. So this is 85 degrees. What about 5? 4 and 5, what are those together?
They're alternate interior angles.
Alternate interior angles, so those are congruent. So this would also be 85. And then 5 and 8 are what? Vertical angles, so this is also 85 degrees. Okay? Now, this is a whole bunch. And some of you are quiet because you're like, what in the world are you doing, Ms. Patterson? Okay? So I know this is a lot. The definitions are a lot. Do I expect you to memorize them? No. But I hope what you see is that you can figure out, if you have 1, you can figure out all the rest of them. And you can figure out, oh, these are supplementary. Those make a 180. Oh, this makes a 180. See, I hope you can just kind of visualize and see it. So we're going to skip that. And we're going to do, let's see, we only have 2 problems, and then we're going to go to your assignment, okay? So we want to first, your assignment today is going to first, you have to figure out what type of angle it is, find out what x equals, and find out what the angle itself is, okay? So everyone just look at these 2 angles, figure out which definition fits them. So don't say it out loud. Are these corresponding, alternate interior, alternate exterior, same side, or vertical. So think in your head what they are. Someone on Zoom? Hello? Someone on Zoom, can you tell me what kind of angles these are?
Alternate interior.
Perfect. These are alternate interior angles. Alternate interior angles. And alternate interior angles are congruent, right? So can someone tell me how they would set this up to figure out X? Go ahead, Trip.
85.
Hmm? Okay. Alternate interior angles are congruent, right? That means they're equal, right? So if these are equal, what can I put between them? An equal sign. So 85 equals X plus 25 because they're congruent. Go ahead, Emily. So what do we do? Perfect. So all I have to do is subtract 25 from both sides. And that'll give me 60 equals X. So I could, just for future references, well, that tells me what X equals, but to find out what the angle is, I would plug in 60 for X. So 60 plus 25 is 85. So this angle is also 85 degrees. All right, talk to me. I know certain people get it because they're the ones responding, but I don't know if everyone gets it. Okay. Am I going too fast or we feel good pace? Okay. Last slide. So look at these. Think in your head which type of angles they are based on the definitions. Sorry that the slides are so small. I don't know how to make them bigger. Juan Carlos?
I think the same side interior.
Perfect. They are same side interior angles. This one's a little different though. What do we know about same side interior angles? They're supplementary, meaning what? They're not the same, but what else does that mean? They add up to equal 180. So can someone think about how to set this up if I know they... well, because like if this one's 65, I know this one's 65, and together these would make a 180. So technically these two angles put together would also make a 180. So if I know together they make 180, how could I set this one up? Esther? Perfect. 65 plus 5x equals 180. I'm gonna write it like this because I like the x first. So 5x plus 65 equals 180. Either one is it's the same thing. Okay, so how would I solve? Subtract 65 from both sides.
Heads up if you go to that bathroom right there. Somebody broke the toilet. Find an adventure to go.
Oh,
just saying.
Thank you for the heads up. 180 minus 65 is 115. What is it? Okay, then divide both sides by 5, and that gives you X equals 23. Okay, but are we done? No, we got to find this angle over here. This one right here. So just do 5 times 23. Okay, that's literally it. We're literally done. 9:46. Okay, that didn't take long. Okay, so we have about 45 minutes to complete today's assignment. It's just like yesterday's, or not yesterday, 2 days ago's assignment, where you're gonna have a whole bunch of X's and you have to solve for each one. Okay, so let me stop this recording.